Hello and welcome to this Dawn Busters Taste Challenge. Here we are, 5:30 a.m. Central Daylight Time, July 5th, 2020. We have Grant's Triple Wood, formerly known as Family Reserve, which is this is the Family Reserve. And after I bought this, they changed it to Triple Wood. This cylindrical bottle, you can grip bottle, $21.99, but now it's up to $23.99. But when I bought it, was $21.99. And I figured, heck, the regular bottle is $15.99, and I get an extra 1,000 milliliters, so I may as well pay the extra $6. It's cheaper per ounce. So Grant's, nah, it's not so cheap around here. $15.99 a bottle. I don't see what that's like some kind of great price. Now, yesterday I got well beaten down, deservedly so probably, because I was talking bad about Grant's in the video, saying it's so harsh, it's so nasty, and oh, I wasn't saying nasty, but you know, so harsh and abrasive, and all of these things have been going on and on and on. Inverhouse is better, and I'm talking about Inverhouse this, Inverhouse screenplay of that. Oh, great. Then later, Robert the Whiskey Scout on Super Inclusive Saturday was talking about Inverhouse, which he thought did quite well relative to what he had expected in his taste challenges. But when I looked underneath that glass and saw that tag and it did not say Grant's, I didn't know what to do. I said, golly, can't believe I confused Inverhouse with Grant's, but I did. It happened. It's recorded. You know, I mean, it's shame. I feel shame, but now we could just have to somehow psychologically move on and go forward, as hard as that is. Here is the ever not famous Highland Mist. Incredibly, I found an old newspaper ad for it, posted it in Alcohol Eggs. Introduced in 1957. If you look at that advertisement I posted, it doesn't look like they changed a little in 63 years. It looked like the same label. And it's, you can tell it's a Sazerac bottle. It's a Barton Brands creation. I looked at the trademark stuff this morning, just this very morning. And it said it was introduced, I don't remember the month and the date. That's not important. But it was 1957, and Barton was the originator of the brand. It said original trademark owner Barton. Today it's Sazerac North America. Well, Sazerac bought Barton in 2009. So, I mean, you know, anything that says Barton means Sazerac. Imported, pale dry. Yep, those old ads said the same thing. Pale dry. There's the crown for the Kingdom of Scotland, a unicorn and a, no, sorry, a lion and a unicorn. That's right, a lion and a unicorn. It's so tiny. Oh, and there's a big essay on here about how awesome it is. You know, 100% Scotch whiskeys and Scotties, you know, ancient Scottish things, and it's supposed to be so regal. Oh boy. But yet it isn't really. But then they make this big production. A blend of Highland, Lowland, Islay, and Speyside whiskeys. Aged for 36 months, which is the minimum. So that's like a meaningless statement. And originally selected for the home trade. You're telling me they originally made Highland Mist for the Scottish market? Oh, I guess that could be true, but I don't know anything about this beyond what I found. Now it uses single malts, like it says on the label, from the 4 regions of Scotland. And again, that doesn't really mean anything, because it could just be cast off stuff from different distilleries that they trade. Apparently this is so common, and I know it is in America, that they just trade off different whiskeys one to another. And look, Barton's saying, meaning Sazerac, we want to get some very low some very low end, call it low end product. Wanted to sell it very cheap. Now I bought this international market. You know how much it cost me? $6.49. $6.49. You know, you're not going to get a $6.49 bottle, normal bottle size too, of scotch that's going to be so great, you know. So yeah, okay, great. They got 4 different, you know, wonderful 4 different single malts blended in. That's probably the case for all of them. But they could be cast off, you know what I'm saying? Discount, where these good distilleries are saying, oh, this, you know, this one didn't come out so great. And then I think they actually auction it off. Is what they do. There's like a broker or an auction area, auction entity, and that's what they do to make money. Handle movement of different scotches around Scotland for different utilizations. And I think that happens in the United States with bourbon. It's not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing because it makes it efficient. That way they're not wasting product. Another good thing about it, they can always barrel it and age it and let it set. But, you know, but they're probably just using it very quickly, you know. Anyway, on my nose. I shouldn't have any kind of allergies this time of the year, but it's bothering me a little bit. Not like it stopped up or anything. I don't know. I didn't eat anything spicy. Not really. I don't know. I do live close to a lot of oil refineries and chemical plants, so it might not necessarily help you. The humidity level here is incredibly crazy. Yesterday, I couldn't get over it. The humidity was off the chain. It just would not stop. And there was hardly any breeze. And I just went walking around. It wasn't even that hot because it was a cloud cover. It was only like about 89 at the worst. But I walked around doing a few little things here and there. Well, I was just sweating. Sweating. I got to stop pouring this. And that's just the way it is here. If you don't like sweating, don't come to Louisiana or at least southeastern Louisiana, because it's just going to happen. I mean, you don't even have to do anything outside. Just go walk outside and say hello to somebody, and your shirt's going to be all wet. I feel bad in a way because I want to get more and more stouts for John and Neely's Stout Sunday. But how? Because there are not many stouts sold around here. You have your standard ones, okay. But with this kind of heat, which lasts from like February to late October, it's just people don't drink them. You say, well, y'all want to drink us Bud Light. That's true. They do drink Bud Light around here. And I think it has a good deal to do with the heat and humidity. It's thin, it's light, it's crisp, it's easy going, and that's what people drink. Natural Light too, of course, Keystone Light. I like the stouts. I like the heavy beers, and in fact, they don't really even bother me in the heat so much. But other people, they just, like my friend David, who does the duo reviews with me. He's sitting on 20 different stouts he's aging, barrel aging, but he keeps saying, I don't want to drink it. I don't want to drink it. It's too hot. He's so sensitive to that. I can't stand it, in the heat. I can't stand it. Maybe because he's a very large person and he's a lot bigger than me, and maybe it affects people like that more, the heat or whatever, because I mean, he's a really huge person. He ordered the biggest cap he could get from Miller High Life or Amazon or something. Biggest cap he could get, adjustable. He said still wouldn't fit his head. And the cost, then the Amazon was trying to charge him to send it back or something. I don't know. So he just said, "You want it?" So of course I'll take it. It's a trucker cap. I like that cap. I'll wear it. But he said it wouldn't fit his head. And to fit my head, I have to adjust it down, pretty low. So could be if you're that big of a person, like Paul Bunyan size, you just can't take the heat. Just can't take it. I don't particularly like it, but it doesn't bother me. You know what I'm saying? Okay, on with the taste challenge. No, I did not eat grits this morning. I had the rest of the red beans. I had some rice and red beans with ham hocks in it. Big chunks of ham. Yeah, not a normal breakfast, but it was good. I put some verde sauce on it, green sauce, and some black pepper. I say, oh, well, red beans and rice for breakfast. Just a small bowl. That was the rest of it. And make him think you're unhappy with the family and see what he's got under his fingernails. Okay. Smells scotchy. You say scotchy. Yeah, like Scotch tape. No, it smells a little peaty. You say smoky. Yeah, no. Just a little peaty, but I'm gonna tell you, you know what the main aroma is? We're talking about grits. The main aroma. Look at daylight coming in. The daylight. The main aroma is corn. Pulverized corn, grain whiskey. You say, oh man. I bought a Scotch and it was $380, and it's a limited edition signed single malt. Has such rich smoke and peat and lavender and carbuncle and zipline and all sorts of aromas and taste and Calgon and Take Me Away and all of that. And you're drinking. Yours doesn't have all of those. I know it doesn't. But then what do you expect for $6.49? Elaboration, gourmet, exquisite. Man, if you pay $6.49 for a bottle of Scotch, you should be happy as long as you don't get like gag reflex and a headache and some kind of like clinical depression from drinking it. That's what you should be happy. Those would make it seem like a winner. Peat. Yeah, kinda, but kinda like just cereal grain. Think about a bowl of distilled fermented cereal. You say, oh wow, that's just what I'm looking to drink. Oh, that's what you drink. That's what we have here. This is about as basic as they get. I can't say it's bad aromas, offensive aromas, or anything along those lines, but it's just so bare bones. That's really what we're looking at. It just has no, it's stark. That's the word, stark. It's got nothing. There's no furniture in the room. There's nothing there. Let's go over here. I mean, there's something there. There is. I just described them, right? But what it is so minimal. Oh man, this is even stranger. Well, check this out. There's cereal grains, okay? Cereal grains, same old whole home thing. You say, what about the peat? What about the smoke? No. No peat. No smoke. No rats. No rats. Yes, Carl, rats. No. Okay. If I went up in the attic and Carl was just sitting up there, had been sitting up there, I wouldn't be all like, oh, well, sometimes he just goes and sits in the attic. Right then, that's not a good sign. That's strange in the dark. But that's another story. I don't want to. Okay. Oh, I feel like Yasser. Oh, look. There's some kind of strange caramel with this. You say scotch that smells like caramel candy, like a Riesling. I don't know why. I don't know why. Hey, you know what? I don't know why. Does it smell right? No. You know what it smells like? Highland mist. And you know what Highland mist smells like? Everything you never wanted in scotch and even less. You know what I mean? You say it's been on the market 57 years. What are you talking about? Been my boss? Yeah, I know it's been on the market 57 years. And do you see a lot of people buying it? Answer, no, you don't. Do you see it lingering around in the dark corners of America's cities? Yes. Why is it on the market? Because it's cheap. And it trickles out, and it's probably enough of a sales. There's probably enough sales for this product that it gives them an avenue to dump. Meaning dump aberrant, unsatisfactory single malt and grain whiskey. Well, the grain whiskey probably doesn't matter. That's probably just a bulk thing from Scotland. They probably make that all day long, just like in the United States with grain neutral spirits, all day long. And then they'll add really good single malts. Then you got your J&B, your Buchanan's, Chivas Regal, Mitsunara, etc. And then they got the aberrations, the failures, the bad batches, the bad barrels. You got your Highland Mist. Look at your Jack Daniels website. They'll tell you what they do with the bad ones. There's your green label. And if it's too bad for green label, you know it's getting auctioned off. You say, oh, yeah, so they can make those rot gut, cheap, bottom shelf American blended whiskeys with every kind of name you never heard of. You got it now, boy. You're learning the trade. Oh, man. All right. I think and I have lost all confidence after yesterday. But I think this is the Grants. And I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, not because it's that good, it's because it's less offensive. Yes. Let's go with the taste for what that's worth. And I don't know if it's worth anything, but it's worth something. Whoo, why do I? It's just like semi-sweet distilled cereal grain. That's it. You got it. You got it. You say, what about the peat? Forget the peat. What about the smoke? You really need to forget the smoke. You know how sometimes you wake up in the morning and say, I want to drink some harsh, abrasive cereal grains? Well, there you go. You got it. You say, I know you're about to say, says no one ever. Maybe a horse. Maybe a horse, of course. Let's go to this jewel. Oh, you know, in some ways, and I'm saying this carefully, in some ways, you could say it's got less harshness. It's a smoother, more rounded product. I would say that. But you know what else though? There's this, it starts from the left side of the sip to the right. Could be reverse for you. Left to right, right to left. There's a alcohol, grain alcohol taste, just straight up rubbing alcohol. And it's not really an offensive taste because it's so neutral, but it's there and it just goes, whoa. Wee. Sí, no. Sí, no. Oh, that is harsh. Harsh. Grating. Rough. Smooth like sandpaper. Grain alcohol. That's what every sip is like. You say, well, some people want to drink it. Yeah, you can drink it. I'm going to let you drink it. Ain't nobody drinking this stuff straight. You know it. I know it. The American people know it. Britney Spears, look, they're mixing it. They're mixing it. They're mixing it. They're mixing it. Tony Curtis did not have multiple person. Look, they're mixing it. Katie Bell was a feminine figure. They mixing this stuff. They are mixing this stuff. Kukla, Fran, and Ollie are not drinking it straight. They're mixing it. This other one over here is not that good. And it's got that rubbing alcohol thing, but it's not as rough. It's rounder. It's smoother. Compared to this, it's smooth. It isn't smooth. On its own merits, it is nothing resembling smooth. But compared to that, it's smooth. Now, think about that. If we think about it along those lines, we can understand that Don did not deserve to be fired. Ouch. And they got that rubbing alcohol too. You ever drink something and it makes you say, ouch? That's not to me. I could be, on part of Plan 9 from outer space. But I think that's not what people are looking for. And that is not an indication of quality when it makes you say, ouch. I don't believe. Kyle said, I'm going to get a hangover from just watching you suffer. Yeah, I know, right? I do not think that you should watch Monster Zero, and I do not think that's a sign of quality. I would destroy all. Look. Whoa. Whew. Steve McQueen did all of his own stunts. Look. Man, I'm telling you, there's no way, ain't no way blended scotch should taste like Canadian whiskey. Why am I trying? That's what it tastes like. Now, I swear. Now, I'm not joking. I kid around. I joke here and there. I like to kid around like Elvis Presley. That's why he said he didn't want friends coming over. Remember in the movie Elvis, he told Priscilla, she wanted to know, why can't I bring my friends over? He said, because I don't know them. I can't joke around. I don't feel comfortable. I can't joke around. And I joke around. and I kid around and say foolish things. Sometimes I'm like Colonel Kurtz, I go too far, and I'll be the first one to admit it. But this, I'm not kidding right now. There is no way on earth that a Scotch whiskey should taste like Canadian whiskey. You say, well, they're both part of the Commonwealth. I don't care if they're both the same country. I wouldn't care if you called me up on the phone and said, I got a certified letter from Sears Roebuck that Canada and Scotland are the same country. I wouldn't care. It shouldn't taste the same. But enough of the psychedelic intergalactic Copernican murmurs. You know what I'm saying? Have you seen the stars tonight? Look, that's it. End of the story. I'm calling it. I don't care. I do care because I'm scared. That's why I'm delaying it, because I'm nervous. I know you're nervous. I'm so scared right now. I can tell you that clock has a headache. Look, I'm nervous. All right, here we go. Ooh, please be Highland. This is not Highland Miss. This is not. This is Grants. Grants. Ha, ha, ha. I'm back on track. You had me down, but you didn't fool me. I'm back. I'm back in the New York groove. I got it right. And I feel like I'm not an expert. And I feel as though I didn't accomplish much, because it's not that Grants is so distinct and now you're such an expert now. Oh, you got it. Now you're never going to miss it. You got it wrong once, but you're back in the saddle again, like Aerosmith. Yeah, but and I'm living on a Chinese rock. Look, all my best things I have are in hock. Look, Johnny Thunders. It's not that Grants is so great. Scrub that. It's that the Highland Mist is so aberrant. It makes bad look good. It makes bad things look good. Now, oh my goodness, there's even a little plum note in it. Yeah, you know how people are looking for plum notes in Scotch. Yeah. Would I ever drink it again? I guess I would, since I got about 20 more taste challenges to do with the bottle. Woof. Should you ever buy it? If you have a very perverse outlook on life, an aberrant outlook on life, and you don't appreciate the good life, you just might want to try Highland Mist. Because you might say, I want to see the dark side. I want to take a walk on the wild side. I want to go where no man has gone before. Well, some men have. They don't come back usually. They're like Wharf Rat. And my name is August West. You know what I'm saying? So it might be worth it in all the wrong ways. You'd be looking for love in all the wrong places. So if you want to look at what Scotch should not be, what is and what should never be, if you want to look at it like that, it could be worth the $6.49 bottle. I don't regret buying the bottle. Do I feel guilty about buying the bottle? No. I don't know what's going to happen with Grants. I've done a few initial taste challenges. It hasn't been exactly pleasant. I feel worse because I got it wrong once. I've got all these other Sazerac brands coming up. Piper Dean. Oh, Piper Dean. Oh, my God. $6.49 a bottle. Oh, what did I do? And then I got the Heaven Hills coming up. J and W. You say J and W? Yeah, JW Dance. The only Scotch bottle with an entire essay on it. Got an entire essay on the bottle. I think it has chapters. It's so long. Anyway, I don't know. I can't answer for this. It is what it is. I didn't make the products. I bought the products. You say, well, that's an indictment right there. You're guilty right there. You bought them. I know I did. Thanks for watching this video production. If you could bear it. I got it right for what that's worth. Anyway, thank you.